All right, it's the end of another day. I've been out doing adult things, and now it's time to settle down. This time change is messing with me already. But just kind of show you my routine. So let me get you turned around here. So the first thing I do at the end of the day, I find me a place to park. I try to rotate. I've used this spot before. I know y'all have seen it, but one of my other spots, I spent the weekend there, so I don't want to overstay my welcome. So I've come back to this one. One with the awesome, beautiful, beautiful view of the lake. Got my bug zapper 3-in-1 thing. I'm still kind of testing. So far, battery life, I'm loving it. Hasn't really been any bugs in here, any flies or anything, so I can't say how good it works. But as far as function and battery life, it's doing great. But I've settled in to make my dinner. I'm having sausage and rice burritos. Now this is breakfast sausage. This isn't Polish or Italian, or it's just regular old breakfast. That's hard for me to say. Breakfast sausage. I think I told you once before, sometimes I heat up my tortilla or toast it, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just like it soft like this. But anyway, that's going to be supper. Update on the fridge. Loving it. Doing great. This thing is awesome. Although I'm trying to eat my food down. It's getting pretty low. Freezer's getting pretty low. I'm trying to eat my food down, and so I can get it out and clean it. I like to clean my refrigerator depends on, actually, now I'm thinking about it, at least every 2 weeks. I'm just, get it out there. Just say it. At least every 2 weeks, I like to clean my refrigerator. Take it out, wipe the inside out, pull these vents off, and clean that. Really, because this collects so much dust. That fan, that's the main thing. But yeah. So what I'm saying before I got sidetracked, trying to eat my food down, and because I don't want anything to ruin while I'm cleaning it. It takes me about an hour or two. Well, this one might take longer. My other one, because it's a little bit smaller, I had to drag it out, take it outside, clean it real good, take it apart, clean it, and put it back in. I just don't want none of my food to go bad, so I'm trying to eat it down and get that done. Okay, I don't know what happened. My brain got slushy. It's the end of the day, got my place to park for the night, got my dinner made, fixing to kick back and relax for the rest of the afternoon, and I'll bring you back in the morning, show you how I start my day. All right, after I eat, I like to go for a walk, and we're going to go down this hill. So, try not to break my leg. Ooh, sorry for the great camera angles. This hill is really, really steep. You can see behind me what we're walking down. Whoa, goodness gracious. Wow, this is awesome. Let me turn you around so you can see what I'm looking at. All right, that's the hill we just walked down. Trying not to break my leg. Man, this is beautiful weather we're having today. And I really love this lake. But yeah, usually weather permitting, after dinner, I like to go for a walk, try to burn some calories off. Hang on, there's going to be a lot of shaking. I'm going to shorten this little selfie stick. I know this is a Hollywood production. All right, it just makes it easier to carry when it's real short and not pulled out 25 feet. What am I seeing? Already distracted. Hang on. I don't know what it is. I want to know what that is. Oh, it's a squirrel sitting on a log. But the way he's sitting, it looked like I don't know, it just looked funny. Yeah. Let me get back on focused here. After I eat, I like to go for a walk. Okay, I think that's where we left off. Weather permitting. This particular spot here is usually really active, especially now the weather's getting nicer. There is people here. Luckily, they're pretty good ways off on this. They're more that direction, but they'll eventually walk over here. And that's fine. I mean, I don't want to sound selfish. I mean, it's not like I own this place, but it's just that nowadays people aren't that respectful to others. And I'm hoping the wind's not too bad because it's blowing really, really hard. But anyway, yeah, I was saying that, respect's gone. So they'll come right up beside where you camped and scream, holler, and throw stuff and act like fools. And it ain't like it used to be, folks. Anyway, I really hope this wind ain't too bad. Man, it's pretty. I've camped over there on the shoreline and up in the woods there, backpacking, hiked in there. I think I made a video of one or two of them. But yeah, I know I did, because not there on the shoreline, but straight up on the hill, I hammock camped right there. And it's nice. The weather's perfect. It's crazy right now, the weather is. It'll be sunny one day, then it'll rain 3 or 4 days straight. And then it's sunny and warm. Yesterday it was cold. Got down to 30 or 28 last night. And now it's almost 70 and sunny. And yes, I got them white legs shining. Time to get the tan going. Whew, I ate too much. I feel like I gotta lay down here and take a nap. But I was aiming to answer a question. I forgot my phone. I left it up there. I'm just camped right up on top of that bluff. You can actually see, maybe barely see the white. I'm trying to remember. I've actually got quite a few questions. I'm trying to remember. One was, oh geez, I can't remember. I wish I had my phone. I don't know. I can't remember. That's going to drive me nuts now. But I did have one person email me and ask me what I suggested on. They're wanting to get rid of everything, sell everything they got, jump on a motorcycle, and start traveling around the United States. And they asked me what I thought they should do. And I gave them my honest answer. I told them, do not sell everything you have. Do not get rid of everything and jump on a motorcycle and take off. That's the wrong thing to do. Do not do that. My response to them was, try to get, if you're working, try to get a week, maybe 2 weeks off from work. Load up your motorcycle and hit the road. And don't stay in motels. Don't stay in fancy campgrounds. Sleep on the side of the road. I mean, that's how you do it when you're living on a motorcycle full time. If you've seen some of my videos where I traveled around, I think it was almost, I don't know how long. I know I did over 11,000 miles, but yeah, I would just pull off on the side of the road, go up in the woods somewhere, and put my tent up, camp for the night, and load the bike up in the morning, and take off again. And that's what I was telling this person. Try to get some time off from work or whatever the situation is. Go. I'm getting distracted by all these cool rocks. That's pretty neat. But yeah, make a test run. Don't just sell everything you got, get rid of everything, and become homeless, and then realize a month later you're miserable. Take a test run,
and take your test run and see how you like it. See if it's really for you, not just the glamorous YouTube stuff you've been seeing. It's rough out there, folks. Oh, all kinds of people on bicycles. You won't be able to see them, but you're too far away. But yeah, it's rough out here. I don't care what anybody says. I've been out here a long time. I've been out here for years. I've traveled in vans, RVs, travel trailers, motorcycle, sailboat. I've done it. Nobody's going to tell me, try to pull the wool over my eyes. I've been out here and I've done it. I know what it's like. It's not easy. It's actually a rough life. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you can watch these YouTube videos and you can watch them dance around in a bed of flowers, and you can watch them have butterflies on their head and ride the rainbow. That's all garbage. None of that's true. Now, is it a good life? Yeah, I'd enjoy it, or I wouldn't do it. And there are great days. There are days that just, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then there's days that I can't believe I'm doing this. It's hard. Now I know. Trying to find a place to get up. I'm trying to get out of this wind, folks. I don't know how bad the wind is. We'll sit down and have a chat. This is a little bit better. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, I know there's people out here that are newbies. Well, I call them newbies. They've been out here about a year, 8 months, whatever. To me, that's a newbie because I've been out here. I've been doing this before it was cool. Before it was the cool thing to do. When I started doing this, you didn't see nobody. Nobody at Walmart. None of your campgrounds were crowded. Nobody was, nobody was doing it. I mean, yes, there was people living in vans. They've been doing that since the 60s. But I'm talking about they just, they wasn't parked all over the place like you see now. You can't pull in the parking lot without seeing 5 vans parked there. So the point of rambling on about that is, some of the newbies, they just haven't had the real struggle yet. It's a roller coaster of emotions living in a van. You got the exciting new, it's a new and exciting. Every day's great. Every day you are dancing on a rainbow. Everything's just so new and exciting, but that's going to pass. I promise you. That'll pass. The new wears off. And then the second stage is like kind of, I don't know what word I want to find is, you kind of start doubting why you're out here. You kind of start wondering why you're out here. And you still have good days. Don't get me wrong. You still have fun. You still have good days. But it changes a little bit. I'm trying to... Nah, you can't see them. A bunch of people riding mountain bikes through the woods over that trail. I'm using my phone, so I don't know why I even try to show you. But yeah, you're going to go through a roller coaster phase 2, stage 2. You're going to start doubting why you're out here. You start thinking about going back home. I know everybody's different. Everybody's going to have different reactions, but in general, that's what's going to happen. And then you're going to hit another high. You're going to go somewhere or go to some new places you haven't, because by this time you've been to a lot of places you want to go. But then you're going to go to a place you haven't been yet that you always want to see, and it's going to put you back on the high. Stage 3, I would say, stage 3 is another low. Now you're starting to, I don't want to say get in a rut, but by this time you've pretty much done everything you want to do. You've gone everywhere you want to go. Now you just kind of, I don't want to say going through the motions, but you're kind of, it's just became the new norm for you. This is your normal way of life now. It's no different when you're in your house. You got your routines. You got your things you do. You got certain days you do laundry, certain days you run errands. It's just became a new norm for you. The excitement's kind of gone, so to speak. Here, let me turn you around so you got to look at me all day. All right. So the news pretty much wore off, and I'm not saying you're not still enjoying it. It's just the excitement's gone, and that kind of moves you into stage 4. Now you're still traveling. You're still doing things, you know what you want to do. But each time you come to a town or a city or a new state or whatever, you start getting these ideals in your head. Hey, you know, could I live here? Could I settle down here? It's going to be different for different people. But you know, if you're city folk, you know, if you like living in cities, you're gonna come. You know, just for example, to say Chicago or something, you're gonna think, you know, could I live here? You start looking around at property prices and start thinking about making it an off-grid homestead. And, you know, if you're not to these places yet, I know this don't make sense, but for the ones who've been out here a long time traveling, you know what I'm talking about. And then you get to stage 5, which is where I'm at. I'm past the, you know, thinking about going home. I'm past thinking about, hey, could I live here? Could I live there? I still want a homestead. I still want to build me an off-grid, kind of like a farm, so to speak, but just to sustain me, not become an actual farmer, just grow crops and stuff for me. I still think about that, but it's not just beating me up every day. I'm past the where I just think about it 24/7. I'm in what I like to call stage 5. I'm content. I've traveled now. Of course, my situation's a little bit different. I was a truck driver. I drove a truck over 20 years. Way longer than that. I don't know how long. It was way over 20 years. So I've pretty much been traveling my whole life in one form or another. Hang on, I see somebody. Stand by. All right, I'm back. I saw somebody walking around my house up there in my van. I think they was just looking at it, but I was fixing to go to stage 10 real fast. no, but what was we saying? Oh yeah, stage 5. I'm in the stage where I'm content. And I got some friends who've been traveling full time for years, and they're kind of right here with me. We all started about the same time. I'm not going to sit here and name them all. I think 3 of them's got YouTube channels, and they're pretty well known. But they're kind of in the same spot I am. I still enjoy being out here. I still enjoy living in the van, although I do travel in different forms, motorcycle and RV, and sometimes I car camp. But I'm still homeless. I mean, I still live in a vehicle. Oh, excuse me. It's not bad manners, it's just good food. But I'm at that point to where I'm content. I've done what I want to do. I've seen what I want to see. That's not saying I don't want to travel no more and that I don't want to see cool things. I'm not saying that at all. I've pretty much met my goal. I've done my bucket list, however you want to say it. And I'm at a place where I'm content. You know, I may travel to an area. I may stay 3 days, or I may stay 3 months. You know, it just depends on if I like the area, if it offers anything that I'm interested in. And then, you know, I move on down the road, like this area here. I'm pretty much going to stay here all summer. Now, granted, I'm near my home base. I'm near to where I grew up and where I lived my whole life. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons I'm in this general area. But yeah, I'm planning on staying here all summer, and I'm quite content with that. I'm not, you know, itching to throw everything in the back of the van and take off down the highway. And it's just hard to explain if you don't travel, and if you haven't traveled for a long time. You just wouldn't want to. You won't understand. It's after the new wears off, the exciting wears off. You get tired of. Well, I can't speak for everybody. I'm just speaking for me and some of my friends I talk to. We're pretty much agreed on this. You start looking for stability. Ooh, that's another hard word. You get tired of moving every day. You get tired of waking up in different parking lots and different campgrounds and different towns. You just start looking for stability. That gets old after a while. You can't really make friends. You can't get to know people because you're going to be packing up and moving on down the road next week or next day or whatever. So it's kind of a lonely life. Now it's not. I shouldn't make it sound like it's not quite that bad. I mean, yes, it does get lonely out here because you can't really have that conventional friendship. Where you go see your friend every day or go get lunch together or whatever. Now I've got hundreds of friends across the country that I've met traveling, and we stay in touch. I consider us good friends, but I never see them. We text, you talk on the phone, or say hi on Facebook or whatever, but we never see each other. And that wears on you after a while. I don't care who you are. Now I'm kind of a loner, an introvert, however you want to say it. I enjoy my own company. I have no problem being by myself. But even then, it still gets lonely. It's kind of weird how you can kind of enjoy being alone, but yet you still get lonely. It's hard to explain. Anyway, all that from somebody sent me an email. But I told them, go on test run. Do not get rid of everything you have and literally become homeless. Us travelers who live in vans or RVs or whatever, not all of them. Some of them have homes and properties and all that, but 70% of us we're actually legally homeless. We have nothing. We have no house, no land, no nothing. Now I know a lot of us do it by choice. I don't want all that. I've had homes. I've had a 5-bedroom house. I had a 120-acre farm one time, and I've had all that. I don't want that no more. I don't want the headache of taking care of it. I don't want to pay taxes on it. I don't want to have to mow the yard no more. So, I'm not sitting here wishing and hoping I could get that again. I don't want it. I'm just making a statement that most of us are actually legally homeless. And that's something else you got to think about, especially when you get my age. I'm getting up in the years. I'm not the old young pup I used to be. I got to start thinking about when I get a little bit older. When I don't think I ever be too old to do this, but the question is, will my body let me do this? So, that's something else I got to think about. And I could talk for hours on this subject. Just something as simple as getting mail is a struggle. Well, no, I shouldn't say struggle, but you got to be really creative. You got to really, think outside the box. Healthcare. You know how hard it is to go to a random town you're traveling through and see a doctor? Just go in and see a doctor for just a simple checkup. You know how hard that is? It's almost impossible to even get an appointment. And if you do, I'm not going to get on that because I actually get a little mad on that subject. But it's just everyday things that people take for granted is 4 times as difficult being out here on the road. And that's the stuff people don't think about. They watch that YouTube video of, a guy or girl or whoever, at Mount Rushmore taking a selfie of them with their thumb sticking up in the air. And they don't stop and think about actual life, everyday things that you got to do, that you're no longer in a house with a mailbox and a light switch and all that stuff. You know, you got to do it from a Walmart parking lot or a campground. They don't think about that. I wish I could remember that other question. I got a whole inbox full of questions. I just try to answer one every now and then. It was something to do with my van. I just can't remember what it was. I'll look at it tonight and I'll answer it again on another video. Let's go off up here in the woods. I hear the yahoos hollering and screaming. But springtime's here, the warm weather's here. It's starting to bring them out of the woodwork. Alright. I just want to get on here and vent a little while. I think I'm going to end this video right here. I know I was going to do a morning routine, but I'm not really a morning person, so I don't think I'm going to do that because I'll probably be grouchy about it. But anyway, I just want to say hello to all my friends, my family. Say hello to Pork Chop. What? I hear them hollering. I just don't see them. It's echoing in the woods. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right. I appreciate you hanging around, spending time with me. I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but I went a couple days ago and got the motorcycle insured and licensed, ready to get back on the road. I got to go. I still need to go service it. I got it stored at a family member's house. I still need to go service it before I can ride it. You know, change the oil and all that stuff. And the weather the next few days is not ideal for riding anyway. We're getting more rain coming, more cold days. So it'll probably be at least a couple more weeks. But we're going to get out and start doing some motorcycle camping again. I love riding motorcycles. So we're going to be doing that. Start getting a little more active. Winter's go over with and I can come out of hibernation. We start getting out and having some fun. But anywho, I think I'm going to end it right here. Say hello to everybody. All my subscribers, new and old. Friends, family. Yeah, but that's about got it covered. All right. I guess I'll try to see you next time. God bless you.